Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Survival Seeds 2024 first ever live stream. We hope you guys are all having a great day. And we're gonna wait a few minutes so that everybody can get in and get past all the ads. So happy Sunday, Rem's Family Farm. Uncle, oh, dog's barking. Uncle Al, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Hello, Mom. And of course, we have our special guest for tonight, Bushcraft Family, and we'll be bringing him up in a moment. Dana Beads, good to see you. Happy Sunday. Cindy Squirrel Off Grid, happy Sunday to you too. And Be Charming, happy Sunday. Now, our guest for tonight needs no introduction from me because you all probably know him. The prepping wizard himself, Bushcraft Family.
Wizard?
What? It's the first thing that popped into my head.
I need to get me a pointy hat now.
I like your hats. Mr. Charles has been a great friend of ours for a long time. We've done a lot of collaborations with him, like that monkey dance one, survival library one, and you and Bunky did the tomato or the seed exchange.
Yeah.
Last year, I think. You sent her.
No, year before.
The year before.
The first time the tree fell down.
Oh, right.
The next year, the other half of the tree fell down.
You get it. Happy Sunday, Mr. Josh. And welcome to the live. Happy Sunday, Mr. Carson. Good to see you. And Miss Lake, it's good to see you. So when I think of your channel, I usually think about, bushcrafting and prepping and starting fires professionally and responsibly. And so for the people here, what would you want what would you want people to think of when they think of your channel? Or what
my channel's all over the place nowadays. Mainly a survival channel, I would say, because I never liked the word prepping because, well, you're homesteaders, so that's been the beginning of time. It was normal. They didn't call it prepping. They just called it living.
Right.
You grew stuff, and half of it you put back to make it through the wintertime. And that's the way it was.
Yeah. Hi, Canadian family life.
You went out hunting and got food, and you preserved the meat to where it would last you, because there was no refrigerators or anything like that. So just you preserved it, so you saved it for later.
Right. Hi, R&W Farmstead. Happy Sunday. So do you have any plans for your channel this year, or are you just gonna roll with it as it comes?
Probably just wing it like I usually do. Anytime I make plans, YouTube changes it for me.
Yeah, that does seem to be a trend. Do you have any plans on like different collaborations you're planning on doing again or starting up again, like the prepping books library, survival library?
the last one didn't get any traction at all, so I figured everybody got tired of it. um, a lot of times uh, they start off good. The first couple, I think I did it. It was the fourth one, not the fourth year, but I did it about every 6 months. So, um, yeah, I think people kind of got tired of it, and that's the thing where you always have to keep evolving your channel because I remember when I first started doing the farmers market review. That was that went crazy at first. It really went well, but then everybody got tired of hearing it because I would do it every week, and then I stopped doing it every week, and then did every once a month.
Right. Hi, Christy Betts and the Bull's Garden. It is so good to see you guys. Well, you could send an email if you are interested. I think Bushcraft is in his. It's in your about me page, right? Your email.
I have it sent to a different one. It's just Mr. Bushcrafty at gmail.com.
Cool. Ours
It's,
is in our about me page too.
yeah, my normal email gets way too much junk and other stuff in there to where it would get lost.
Yeah. So I actually was thinking about that survival library thing that you did a few years ago, and it's been a while. So I was wondering, do you have a new favorite book as far as
Oh,
survival books go?
well, I just bought one, and it's because the family True Grit that I did a interview with uh, last week. It's uh, it's a cookbook, but
Oh,
it's the thing is it's got well other than I'm big on pictures, so it's got pictures, but it has recipes, the old mountain recipes and stuff like that in there, how to make some uh, of the old stuff, and it gives um, what how they preserve things and whatnot. And it was only $10, so that
that's really cool.
shipping and everything. So I was like, and they and this is I think I'm not sure if it's from I can't remember if it was actually from Tennessee or Virginia or North Carolina, but they have other cookbooks and things like that. It's uh, oh Smoky Mountain something or other. Yeah, most of it's the pictures are like the real old pictures, or it's illustrations. The drawings and stuff.
No, it'll reload. Sorry about that. We're having a little trouble with our internet.
Surprise! It's all that sunshine you're getting up there.
um. So, hi, Christine. Hi, Miss Christine. It's good to see you. Happy Sunday. And Dale, it's great to see you. So, as far as the collaboration goes, you guys probably know that we have the Survival Seeds 2024 collaboration that we've just started, and Mr. Charles here is our co-host, one of our co-hosts, along with Lazy Days Ahead. And it is currently doing a lot better than we thought it would.
Yeah.
We ordered seeds to send out to the people who wanted to join in. We originally ordered for I think 20, and then I think around 30 people joined the first day, and we had to order for 30, and then now we've ordered for 50, and we ran out of onion seeds, so we had to reorder. But this Friday, we actually shipped out the first 30 seed sets. So some of the people who got their names in, we did it in order of who sent the emails. So a lot of the people already have their seeds on the way. So a lot of you guys should get them. And Mr. Charles here has a sister collaboration for that about herbs and tinctures. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. You guys were doing survival seeds, so I wanted to put in a similar twist to it, but for herbs and stuff, because I had already purchased a big pack of seeds, and it was all herbs, herbal medicine type stuff. That because I was wanting to do a lot more of that this year than I have in the past, because usually like when I was doing my oregano, I wanted to make enough oregano to where I could make enough to do a tincture for that year, um, just in case I needed it. Um, and it was basically all is olive oil, and you soak the oregano in there for about a month to 2 months, and then you strain out the oil, and that's the herbal remedy that you would get out of it, and it's good for uh, immune booster, um, a real good antibiotic, a natural antibiotic, not the stuff that they give you in the hospitals and pharmacies and stuff.
All right. That is really cool. Hi, Garden State so and so.
Plus,
So yeah,
with the stuff that they give animals for the shots and stuff, and the meat, where people are getting immune to the natural antibiotics that they give you in the hospitals to fight things. So it's going to be down to the only thing that we're able to beat viruses and stuff is having another form of antibiotics.
huh. Wow. Yeah, that is. I actually didn't know that. Hi, Berdazzle. Happy Sunday. Well, I think with that, I'm going to turn over to my partner to
Partner.
hey to talk more about the tinctures.
Is KK messing with the buttons again?
Yes, she is. Because she knows a lot more about that. She actually studied those for a while when she was, I think, what, 12? So, no, don't touch. Just come over. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
So yeah, I saw you were doing the oregano tincture, and actually, our cousin, who's I think in Tennessee, she uses oregano as I forget what you let you to clear up sinuses and to reduce congestion. So I thought that was interesting that you were
Yeah,
taking that.
that's good too. Yeah, it's. I mean, if you take it straight, it's strong. You go, you know, but normally you just get half a cup of lukewarm water, and you put a dauber full in there and just drink it, and you're good to go.
I know the oil-based ones can sometimes go in diffusers if you make them the right way, and that way you're just like drinking
it. And you can cook with them. That's a bonus. I mean, you can spread it on bread and put it in the oven, and it's. I mean, you get your medicine and get a snack at the same time.
And it's also just kind of makes it easier to swallow.
Yeah.
How long have you been making tinctures?
Well, my grandpa used to make them and stuff. I really wish I would have paid more attention to him when I was younger, but you know how it is when you're a kid. You don't want to listen to your parents, and but I remember gathering the stuff, going out and getting certain things. I remember being got into a mess of stinging nettles because we had to get the roots. And my grandpa, and that was the weird thing, because now they have different names for them. When my grandpa told me, like jewel weed, we called it waterweed. And anytime that you got an itch or something, you would rub that on your skin, and it would get rid of the itch. So whenever I got into the stinging needle, he told me, get over there and get some waterweed and put on there. Now everybody knows it as jewel weed, so it's a learning curve from the way he taught me to nowadays.
Because stuff like that does change quick. Miss Christine at Gilliam Farms is asking if you have any book recommendations to study tinctures.
I have a couple, but it's more it comes in the wild edibles and some remedies and stuff. I think last year's library challenge thing that I did, I showed some of them in there.
That was a good challenge. I liked playing with that one.
Yeah.
Mom and I just went out and got this one fairly recently. Oops. Okay, the green screen's on.
Is it green? Why do they always make all the books green?
But it's natural and herbal remedies, and it talks about how you can make salves and teas and tinctures. And I was looking at that a little bit before the live, and this looks really helpful.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've usually been using Google.
Yeah.
Because then you can just search content specific.
Yeah. With Google, you just have to be careful to, if you see one, make sure you read learn about it from three other websites that you go to. That way you'll learn quite a bit.
Yes.
Like nowadays, if I wasn't confident enough to know about something on Google, I would just call up Bark. Because more than likely he knows, and a lot of the stuff that I find is in his area. So if I go down south to find stuff, I mean, when I say south, it's below Muskegon County, because there is a difference between the zones in Ohio where you find stuff. Like if I go 30 miles south, I can find sassafras all over the place. Up here, it's scarce. and it's just 30-mile distance.
That's interesting. Dig Deeper is asking if you can explain the scope of the challenge. What are the participants expected to do? And I know about ours. I'm not quite sure about yours, if it's the same thing or not.
Well, on mine, I didn't want to have a bunch of seeds that everybody had to plant. More or less something that you could grow in a pot, because it's hi, come here. And herbs are usually pretty easy, and I wanted to get some of the uh, some of the ones that are in this area, and
Right.
they can pretty much grow in anywhere in North America. And because the first ones I picked, they're, oh, what was it? Uh, wormwood. Wormwood is a good herb. The only thing is there's certain parts that that can be toxic, and I didn't want, if somebody's just now doing it, they've never gotten into the herbal stuff. I didn't want them
Understood.
getting confused or anything, so I wanted stuff that was, the whole plant is safe. So like lemon balm. Lemon balm is
Right.
probably the easiest thing to grow. Um, it's hard to get rid of it. It grows so easy.
Yes, it's everywhere. I tried growing
And
it a few years ago, and it completely invaded out of the pot.
yep, mine grew through the bottom of the pot into the
Oh
ground, and I can't move the pot out of the area unless I dig it out.
no!
But it grows back every year. I don't have to worry about it.
And we will make
Awesome.
America great again.
I keep forgetting to shut that off. But like I said, with the lemon balm, it can be used. You can tincture to a tea to, you can make soap out of it, and it's good for your skin. There's tons of different things for tincture, or I mean for lemon balm, like for the tea. Nurses used to use it for that, used to take x-rays a lot and stuff, and they didn't want to, it would flush out the radiation they would get from taking x-rays.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so actually that would be a good thing to have around in case, depending how much radiation you would get from somewhere.
Right. That's a really good point. Trying to go through chat a little bit. Do we have to use your seeds, or can we join and use our own seeds?
Well, I already have some, and that's a thing. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but there are people that don't want to give their address out. And they said they'll purchase the seeds themselves, and I said that's fine. You probably get the seeds faster that way too, because I have to wait, because I don't want to like get two people today and send out 2 packs of seeds and then wait for the next person and go down to the post office again. So I'm waiting until I get a good amount, and then I'll send them out. Well, I have to order them too, because right now I just got um, the packs of seeds right now. So,
Nice.
and then I'll separate them and put them in the little baggies and stuff, and then send them out. And
Yeah, on our end, we have a few
you
people.
basically pick out which one of the 4 that you want to want to try to grow. Yes, some people, because the video I did, I explained what each seed, the herbal medicine it did.
Mhm.
So if you didn't need nothing of that one seed, you would try a different seed.
Right. And I know on our end, we have people internationally, like in Europe and Australia, who are getting their own because you just get there faster.
Oh yeah, and technically, we in the United States can't send to Canada.
Right.
There are times that they get seen at the, when they scan them and stuff, um, they will remove them or send them back, saying they can't accept those. That's why there was a thing going around to where, um, if you sent seeds to Canada, you said you were sending underwear to Canada.
Hmm.
So you would mark underwear on the back of the envelope. That way it would actually get there. I don't know why
Right.
it was underwear, but that's the thing that went around.
Right. Hello to the new people in chat: PSV Odyssey, My Alabama Farm Life, ER, and Ginger Ninja. Thank you all for coming. And I'm not seeing. What was the reasoning for choosing hyssop? I know that's in the Bible, but it wasn't something I usually thought of as an herb.
Yeah, that's the one that, because everybody knows that, the whole sage thing is a cleansing thing.
Right.
Before that, it that's what it was. Um, and it's in the Bible as a cleanser. And that's pretty much what it does. There's
Right.
other things that it's also good for too, like clearing out the lungs and,
Yeah, I have
loosening
bruises too.
the
It's used for that.
mucus and stuff from your chest. And I think, although I think it was a wormwood one that was also in the Bible too.
Yeah, that one is definitely in there. And I actually wasn't able to figure out much about feverfew. What was the reasoning for that one?
Well, the one it's known to reduce fever, being in the name, but it's
Right.
also it's good for colds, things like that.
That's very cool.
It's good for, if somebody's having, trouble, they're not hungry or anything. It boosts, an appetite and stuff like that.
Oh. And I was looking into tinctures a little bit because we've done some, and we usually call them like extracts. But in your opinion, what's your favorite way to make a tincture? Because we usually do, oh dear, alcohol based, and we usually do that with fruit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've ever tried.
Normally, yeah, it is alcohol, but, um, everybody uses vodka. Was never a fan of vodka. I use rum. And the main thing is, like, the vanilla extract. I've heard people say, "Oh, use the spice rum." It makes the vanilla extract even better. The only thing that you have to do is make sure it's It's a natural spice. It's not a chemical spice.
Right.
The artificial flavorings. Because if you get the artificial flavorings, uh, most of the time it has preservatives and stuff in it. It's not natural, even though they call it natural flavoring. And it can mess up uh, the tincture or making vanilla extract or something like that.
Right.
So whatever you use, it has to be natural flavoring. I mean, natural is like you put it in there. Like if you wanted blackberry, you wouldn't go and get a dauber and put blackberry flavoring. You'd actually put the blackberries in there.
Right. And that's what we did. The one I just showed was our blackberries.
Yeah,
And we use Everclear. I forget which alcohol per volume we use, but there's not much in it other than that.
yeah.
Um,
90% alcohol.
yeah. And we just cover it until submerged, and then
Yeah,
but that's it.
yeah.
We did that with a few
Mine's
other
getting pretty
fruits.
dark now.
I forget how old these are.
And that's a good thing about when you use alcohol over oil. Oil will eventually go rancid because it's
Oh,
oil. Alcohol or honey, it doesn't go bad.
mhm.
And if like for like honey, if um, something's introduced to it as a bad element or something, uh,
Right.
fungus or something like that, um, the honey will actually feed on it and destroy it. It'll break it down
Wow.
to that.
That's really cool.
That's why it's such a. It was found in the pyramids and stuff like that
Right. And
because
that's so good.
it doesn't go bad.
I mean, like, I hate to be the one to try that. Like, we have to figure out that it doesn't go bad somehow.
Well,
Um,
that wasn't too bad. I would rather try the honey over the eggs.
oh,
Have you ever heard of the 100-year-old egg?
no, I haven't. That sounds
It's
nasty.
supposed to uh, preserve an egg for 100 years, and I wouldn't want to be the one to test it
No,
to see
no,
how it tasted.
absolutely not. No. Our mom played with honey. She preserved garlic in it, and I think some
Yeah,
of them might have gone moldy, but this one's okay.
that's to make the fermented garlic,
Hmm.
which that stuff is the best stuff ever.
Nice.
Um, because um, everybody that I was around had COVID
Right.
last this month and last month, and every time I would go over their house and everything, as soon as I came back, instead of uh, just taking a spoonful of the liquid, I would
Mhm.
eat the garlic too,
Oh,
and I never got sick.
yeah. Our aunt used that when she and our uncle got sick, and she actually recovered a lot quicker because of it. It looks like really good stuff.
Yeah, the best honey is already the best antibiotic there is,
Right.
and then you put garlic with it, and it's even better.
Yep. Mr. Scott at Rambling with the Brums is asking, how do we join Bushcraft's collab?
Uh, Mr. It's a MR Bushcrafty at gmail.com. I can put it. Never mind. I couldn't put it down there.
Okay.
Maybe you can copy it and put it in there. Oh, Your mom got it.
Oh, okay. Going back in the chat a little bit, there's some new people. Hello, Fallen Arkansas veterans, Sherman's Family Farm, and I thought I saw someone else. Pat Evans and Treasure Hunter Neil. Thank you guys for coming. And hello. Whoops. Okay, I have to get my things back together. For your channel wise, how big are you planning for your garden this year?
I'm wanting to try to get a couple more beds over on one side where there used to be a tree there.
Mm-hmm.
I still have the trunk of the tree still in the yard. But I'm just going to make that, it's going to be my chair until I cut it up.
Steps are good for that.
Yeah.
Hello, Real Life with Michelle and Rob. And do you think there's a specific advantage to using tinctures over teas?
I think you get more benefit out of the tincture than you do a tea.
Mm-hmm.
But teas, because teas are all dried out, and some of the tinctures that you use are the fresh herb itself or the root or something like that, to where the alcohol, the oil, or whatever draws out more of the benefits out of it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But
Yeah, that makes sense.
teas, one of my favorite teas, and the only part of the tea that I can't actually get right now is because being in a small town, there's no blood orange. Like you go to a bigger city, you could probably get them all day long, but here I never see blood oranges around here.
Right.
And I usually slice them up with the peeling and all, and I dehydrate them, and that goes into my tea. It's hibiscus, rose hip, and blood orange, and one of the best teas ever.
Oh, very cool.
And you don't need sweetener or anything. It creates its own sweetener. Sometimes I will use honey.
Yeah, we use some honey too. One thing that we found to be really good for congestion and other issues like that is goldenrod.
Yeah.
And we just found this in our yard. Mom did some looking into it, and then we've been using them in teas, and that's actually really effective too. And I think that does help with the flu.
Yeah. The only thing with that, but you already said it was in your yard, so you didn't spray it with something.
Right.
A lot of times people go picking that stuff closer to roads.
Oh.
And they spray because they don't want to keep mowing, so they'll spray next to a road. And if you get anything like that from next to a road, you can actually get sick from it.
Yeah. Hello, the Gypsy and the Manila Gorilla. Thank you for coming in. The chat is saying fermented garlic is good for the flu, and we were just talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
And elderberry.
Yeah.
Let's see, I think I had a few more.
Yeah, mullen's another good one for the chest.
Yep.
And plus, if you run out of toilet paper, it's pretty good.
Mom was going to use them for candles. She got a bunch of the taller ones, but I think
all the 2-year-old ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were like bugs in them or something because they're still in the garage. Hello, Blackberry Rock Homestead.
Yeah, YouTube's being a pain. I've been trying to share this out all day, and it's not letting me.
Oh no.
Error.
Has anyone done anything with cattails? I used to see them in the lake near our house before we moved, but not really anything here. Dad was thinking
They're
about
always good to get somebody to bite one to see how it tastes. That. If you can get somebody to take a bite out of one, it's the best thing ever.
I gotta see if I can do that. Hello,
But
Argument Survival.
the bulb or the root of it, you can actually cut that up and fry it or boil it. Um, there, some of them are really bitter, depending how old they are.
Right.
The tender, the new sprouts that come up, you can just pull those and chew them right there. The young ones are really good. But again, that's where you got to know. You got to know where it's coming from, and make sure there's nothing getting dumped into that water where those cattails are.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you to Rem's Family Farm for becoming a member. We really appreciate that. They say cattails are edible from top to bottom. I think Dad almost started to grow them for horses. I didn't know much else about them because we didn't start growing them.
I don't think anybody really grows them. I think
because they don't
more
come
people
naturally.
try to get rid of them than anything.
Right.
But if you have a pond and you have some, it's good just to leave them because that's a food source, and well, the cattail itself, you can do so much with it.
Right. And they're very pretty.
My grandpa used to soak them in oil and use them as torches and stuff.
Oh, that's very clever.
When he went fishing, because fish will be attracted to light, and he would set one up next to the pond or something. Wow.
That's really cool. You gotta tell that to Bunky. Thank you to My Alabama Farm Life for becoming a member. We really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you. Gotta go back. And hello, Cooking on the Farm. Thank you for coming in. And as far as plans for the tinctures you're doing in your pots this year, how long would you recommend letting them sit before doing anything with them?
It depends. Like if you're doing fresh, you usually don't have to let them set as long. Maybe 6 weeks. But if it's a dry, like it's been dried out, and I never, for my herbs, my kids used to tell me the kitchen looks like a witch lives there, because I have herbs tied up and hanging all over the place. Right. And they see movies, of the witches and the cauldron and stuff, and there's herbs all over the place. And I said, well, that's how in the pioneer days every kitchen looked like that, because that's how they preserved everything, because that's where the heat was when cooking and stuff, so it would naturally dry them out. My herbs, I never use a dehydrator on them.
I know in our, I think it's my dad's aunt, and a lot of other Italian homes we've been in, they hang garlic and herbs and pretty much everything else in their basement. And we did that with garlic by our kitchen window.
Yeah.
But like just letting it sit out seems to be really helpful.
Yeah, and it helps with keeping the vampires out too. Yeah, out west, you see the big peppers being in front of the door when on the door frame.
Oh
A
wow.
lot of the families, it means something, but I can't remember. But everybody has them and drying out, and then once they dry out, then they can turn them into whatever.
Oh, cool. Thank you so much, Rem's Family Farm, for gifting memberships. We really appreciate that. Cousin used to braid it and sell them after they dried on her dairy farm. That's really cool.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. KK's probably hit the wrong button again. Yeah, I think the garlic.
I'm sorry. I keep doing this. It's every time I have the mouse.
I think the garlic is also just good just to keep the bugs out too. Because I mean, what do you usually whenever I plant tomatoes, I plant basil and I plant onions. Be it just onion set, even if I never eat the onion, just to plant next to um, my tomato plants. It keeps the bugs away. Well, certain bugs, that is.
I think my Wi-Fi might be having issues again. But I think Bunky told me about basil being good for in between the tomatoes, if I remember. Or maybe it was
Yeah,
marigolds. But they just keep away from it.
yeah. Also, I like doing the um, um, garlic chives. Just
Yeah,
toss a few sprinkles of garlic chives, and those will deter some bugs getting around there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Dill
dill's
is
good
also
too. Yeah, anything that you pretty much that you rub in your fingers and it gets a big aroma from it is usually good to deter some bugs.
That's interesting. Um Sherman's Family Farm is wondering if it's already too late, and I think they're probably talking about garlic. They're in Oklahoma, and I don't think so.
Um, you can trick garlic. You have to do some research on it, but I've heard of people putting it in the refrigerator or freezer and then planting it because that's one of the main things. That's why you plant it in the fall. Um, because once you get that cold, it tells it, hey, it's time to start coming up.
Right. That's clever.
And I think that's the same thing with turmeric and horseradish and stuff like that.
Yeah, because then you're supposed to like let them overwinter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's very clever.
planted some in some elephant garlic this year. Well, last year rather.
Right. Christy Betts, it's stratification. And now that she says that, that is what Bunky was talking about in her video. She freezes her seeds to get them to start. And yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. There are some seeds that you actually have to put in, that you have to get cold before they wake up.
We did that with lavender one year, and that ended up doing really, really well.
Yeah. And a lot of times, if you get good seed companies that on the back of the packs, it'll tell you, and it's their way of to pre-germinate the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like when you grow tomatoes and peppers, they won't germinate unless it's warm enough.
Right.
Or if they do germinate, they're way behind, and they're leggy and that stuff.
Right. Hello, Bear Truth 01. Thank you for coming in. We're just about ready to wrap up. I think we have 9 minutes until the hour's up. So, as far as starting your collaboration goes, what do you think the time frame is going to be on that? Just like start whenever we get them?
Yeah, it all depends where you live, I guess. But didn't you say we go till October? The
Yeah, I think
end
so.
of the collaboration. Okay. Yeah, like on mine,
Yeah, I think it's
I was
somewhere around
I was already like 2 weeks behind. So I'm hoping to
Right.
get them out by all the seeds out by Valentine's Day.
Nice. Hello, Strong Adventures. Thank you for coming in. And then let's see. I planted a new grapevine last spring. Do you think I'll get grapes? You might be able to. Usually we try to keep them from growing grapes for the first 3 years so that they can establish a root system. But you might be able to, but the grapes will come in stronger if you let them get the root system first.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just means more pruning.
That's like when you first plant peppers and tomatoes, you always pluck out them first flowers.
Let them do.
Yeah, you want to get them roots and the stem going first.
Right. And it just keeps it from like tipping over because sometimes you've had some and they're just like too small for it.
Yeah. You get people that has these little plants about this tall, and I got a tomato on it already.
Right. Yes, the prize celebration is going to be in November, but we don't have like a set end date. You just do your exit video whenever you're finished.
Yeah, did you want to talk about the videos?
Oh, right. We got our first entry video this week in the Survival Seeds 2024 tag, and that was by Lake Files. And she and Bigfoot are going to be participating. And then as these go on, these videos will count as prize entries, and then the people who comment on them will also be entered in for the prize for a different giveaway. So commenting definitely helps. And then as the weeks go on and we do live streams with other people, I think next week is Miss Sandy, Suburban Homesteader. And there will be more entry videos, and then those would be really good to check out. But would definitely highly recommend taking a look at Miss Lake's video. It was really good. And my Wi-Fi is out again.
You're still here.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to talk about on that one. Just the commenting counts as a prize entries. And then next week with Miss Sandy, we'll be talking about growing zones because she grows in 2 different growing zones and she knows a lot about that. Hello, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. So I think I'm going to start wrapping up. It's 6:55. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, just keep checking both our channels for the playlist.
Yes.
That way you can go and watch other people's their entry videos.
We'll be trying to keep the entry videos and the exit videos in that playlist, and then check out that hashtag for any videos in between. That'll be really fun. And yes, Lazy Days Ahead has a video about the prizes and the giveaway coming out soon.
Cool. I've got, I think, 2 or 3 people that have not done videos, or they're real new channels.
Mm-hmm.
So those will be good. Those will be good ones to watch.
Yeah. And you don't have to do the entry video on ours either. We have a few people who don't do channels but still want to get the seeds. And so, like, if they want to post pictures on Facebook or whatever, that's cool too. Aww. That's really sweet. Miss Andel said she just sent you an email.
Okay.
Well, thank you for coming. This was cool.
Oh yeah. Thanks for having me up here.
Well, we're excited to see how your tincture collaboration goes, and thank you for working on with ours with us. Yeah, it should be really fun. It'll be really fun.
Oh yeah.
But to everyone in chat, definitely go check out Mr. Bushcraft's video on his tincture collaboration. It's the sister collaboration to ours, and we really appreciate you guys checking that out and being interested in this collaboration. If you guys are interested, the book that KK was talking about. Right, give me 1 second. I'm just right here. No, I'll just really gaudy background for a second. The Good Living Guide to Natural.
You have to turn the chroma key off.
It's the Good Living Guide to Natural and Herbal Remedies. There you go. Simple salves, teas, tinctures, and more. We got green.
I think I might have that one. I'm not sure.
Awesome.
I've got so many of them. Ollie's is a good place to get those books.
Yeah, so this has a lot of great facts in it if you guys are interested in learning more about natural herbal remedies. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. This was really cool. We learned a lot of new stuff. And thank you guys, everybody in the chat. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. God bless. Yeah, and we'll be right here next week at 6 Eastern and we'll be talking to Miss Sandy, suburban homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. So if you're interested in talking about growing zones, we highly recommend you come because she knows her stuff. Good night. So good night, Ginger Ninja, Be Charming, Grace Johnston, Real Life with Michelle and Rob, Christy Betts, I can't talk anymore. My Alabama Farm Life, Cooking on the Farm. Thank you guys so much for coming. This was really cool, and it was great to see you guys. See you all. So happy Sunday.